Hello there, my Aquarius collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, Aquarius. Oh, there's a lot going on astrologically, so what's your favorite astrologer? I don't know what your viewpoint is on things. What's your favorite astrologer? Take your time with decision making. You keep coming up the same vibe here, which I think is interesting, Aquarius. Unlucky in relationships or partnerships. It's like a balancing out of the shadow self. But for some of you, it's going to be positive. For others of you, it's those relationships, partnerships, options, or opportunities that were meant to be temporary. But you know they're meant to be temporary. I mean, that's the whole point of this. What covers you here is Cancer. See, there's the Cancer vibes. And then you got Pisces wanting to come out here. Over top of that is the Two of Wands. There's the Fool. There's the Ace of Cups. There's the Knight of Cups. There's the Magician vibe. So those of you that's getting single, or you know you're going to be single, or if you're cross-watching for an Aquarius and maybe they've gotten out of that relationship or partnership with you, something isn't what it seems. And I do feel like it's interpersonal with you. It feels more romantic, I'm going to be honest, than what it does a friendship vibe. But take what's yours, leave what the fuck isn't, right? Over top of Pisces, yeah. King of Wands, the Eight of Cups. There to the Seven of Wands. There to the World vibe. Seriously, the musical Hair. Or if you can't see the musical, watch the movie Hair. You always show that vibe. Probably because of the song Aquarius, which is from the movie or the musical. Those of you in that work relationship or partnership, dating in the workplace, or the relationship or partnership that really shouldn't have been a thing. I don't know what Sagittarius means to you. Sagittarius is your kryptonite. You were meant to invest that time, energy, and attention into yourself instead of being misdirected. You made the wrong choice. Those of you that had, two roads diverged, which road did you choose? Those of you that went the passionate route, yeah, I think you know those relationships or partnerships are starting to... someone isn't as interested, it isn't as passionate. This is like when things get boring, honestly. Ooh, Six of Wands there to the Three of Pentacles. You had dreams, expectations, but your partner isn't living up to those dreams or expectations. They weren't supposed to. Those of you in a work situation, one or two of you could be in HR, because the High Priestess is definitely given an HR vibe, or those of you with a feminine boss. Ooh. Six of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Swords there to the Seven of Swords. Those of you that avoided just being like everybody else, that's a mediocrity with you. You thought you were going to be the one that changed the player, or you thought the rules were going to be different for you, the expectations were going to be different, you weren't going to be left behind, they weren't going to fuck off and get into another relationship or partnership. I fuck when the narcissist meets another narcissist. Oh, wow. This is why I feel like those of you that's happily single, those of you that avoided the temptation, maybe it was a Sagittarius in particular, some of you avoided like the shady HR person, because I really feel like you had somebody that was trying to steer you in a direction because it was better for them than what it was better for you. Really all comes down to like the temping vibes. Something was meant to be a temporary vibe. And now you're realizing that relationship, partnership, option, or opportunity I don't know, things just got boring. This is when things get boring. They started out passionate. Sagittarius vibes with you. You and Sagittarius. Your kryptonite is Sagittarius. Sagittarius's kryptonite is the Emperor, Empress. Those of you dating in the workplace, never a smart idea. Especially if you know you're not the only one or you thought you were going to be different. Ooh. Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, there to the Ten of Wands. Ooh, there's the Hierophant. There could be a work situation that gets really complicated. I feel like those of you Sagittariuses that didn't date in the workplace, you weren't easily tempted. You could get an option or an opportunity because you weren't easily tempted. See, you're pulling the Hierophant vibe here, which is why I feel like if this is a work situation, something really gets complicated here. There is an HR vibe to this. There is totally an HR vibe to this. Those of you that should have disclosed if you were in a relationship or partnership, everyone was wanting something. The King of Pentacles was kind of shady as fuck, but that's, it's given more Sagittarius vibes, but Sagittarius, Virgo. The Queen of Pentacles was expecting that Nine of Pentacles. So someone knew the option or the opportunity was temporary. They just wanted to take advantage of it. There could be a really tricky work situation that some of you could get that promotion because someone gets demoted or there's a little bit of a shuffling going on here. But who gets shuffled is going to be interesting. Who gets shuffled is going to be interesting for you. Those of you, if you willingly dated somebody that you know had 2 or 3 exes in the workplace, I said Sagittarius. Fascinating astrology, so do watch your favorite astrologer. Those of you, if you've been paying attention, because Sagittarius has been showing up for you in this energy for a while now. And it's avoiding the temptation. I mean, whatever the fuck this is, something was meant to be temporary. That was the whole point. Whether it be a stagnation or some of you that passionate vibe, but you thought it would be different for you, or you would be the one that would change the whole vibe up. Sagittarius could have been transiting through this energy the whole time. That's why I feel like my single Aquariuses are those of you that weren't tempted either by a job offer, a job opportunity. Kind of feel like you have a shitty HR person that was kind to direct you to make a decision, like maybe to take a job offer or job opportunity so they could kind of, it almost feels like they wanted to scoot you on, or it's almost a dismissive vibe on this. I do feel like the boss's boss knows. The boss, thank you, Spirit. There with the Emperor. The boss's boss knows. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, with the emphasis on the Sagittarius. But the Sagittarius is given HR vibes. So is the High Priestess. So this is like HR's boss is watching HR type of a situation here. Somebody done fuck things up. Unless you weren't tempted. Unless you weren't tempted. Those are either tears of happiness or tears because that relationship or partnership is definitely, it's not the same. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. 4 Cups, tear to the 5 of Swords. I with the 10 of Cups. Look at that. Ooh. So for some of you, well, actually, what wants to come out, 'tis better you were friend zoned, as in TIS, which I think is interesting. So, kind of makes sense with actually Cancer showing up for you. So, if you're in like management, academia, you use words, temping vibe. You're giving temping vibes. Better to have been friend zoned. For some of you, you're gonna get friend zoned after one or two things going on here. That passionate relationship or partnership, and now guess what? It's not that passionate anymore. Things get boring. Those of you cross watching for Aquarius, this could be when Aquarius kind of fucks off and finds something new to keep them interested. You're definitely double Aquarius here. You're pulling the narcissist card. Or someone's just gonna always be thinking about themselves or putting themselves first. Those of you that avoided that temptation though, some of you from a work situation, this is when the boss's boss. Some of you HR's boss is paying attention to something. So, depending upon the size of the company that you're with, this is when HR's boss is looking in at HR, and then the boss's boss is looking in on your boss. Or, I mean, the complexity on this is absolutely fucking unreal. So take what's yours, leave what the fuck isn't. Sagittarius is your kryptonite. The tempter. The tempter. Ooh, a lot going on astrologically, so take what's yours, leave what the fuck isn't. The hoodwink vibes with you. It's like a positive for some of you, and then it's just the realities of. So it's endings. It's endings. Some of you, the workplace vibes. Look at that shit. Those of you that don't date in the workplace, or those of you that avoided the temptation. Again, I don't know if it's a passionate vibe with you, or the boss HR, someone was trying to get you to take an option or take an opportunity just to kind of, it almost feels like wasting time, or to kind of promote you or kind of move you someplace where, I don't know. Does that make sense? Because I feel like the adaptability and flexibility here was what it was all about. Something was meant to be temporary the whole time, though. You either figured that out or you didn't. God, whoever the hell, if you could be like number 4 on this because you just got played. I don't know, if you're dating somebody that has 3 or 4 exes already in the workplace, I mean, that kind of resolves itself. You know everything you need to know. Some of you, that could be with the HR vibe there with the Hierophant and the Emperor. So the boss's boss is paying attention, and some of you, HR's boss is paying attention. Depending upon the size of the company that you work for. You keep getting that song, Tears of a Clown. Tears of a Clown. Oh my god, that 4 of Pentacles is giving that Voices Carry song. Ooh. 'Tis not a secret anymore, huh? 9 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the 9 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, those of you in the shitty contracts, so take what's yours and leave what's not. If you're not in a complicated relationship, situationship, partnership, you avoid this. It's endings and new beginnings, the best that will be. Wow. What was Sagittarius doing? What was Sagittarius doing the whole time? What was Sagittarius doing? What was Sagittarius doing the whole time? 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 What was Sagittarius doing the Sweet Jesus, hopefully you get out of this vibe already. Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Sun vibes. Ace of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, Nine of Wands to the Six of Cups, the Three of Wands to the... Yeah. I don't know that this is your ex vibe or those of you that dated somebody that you know they had a bunch of messy exes. I feel like there's at least 3 in the workplace. So I don't know. You can't call them a player if you know if they have 3 exes in the workplace and you decide to date them. I don't think that's a player vibe because they have 3 exes in the workplace. So those of you that were far more focused on yourself. Something or someone wanted to tempt you and you weren't tempted. Those of you that were tempted, yeah. Do your shadow work. Focus on your shadow work. Or this is just when things get boring and the one that's less focused on the relationship or partnership is going to go off and do what they've done the last 3 or 4 times. You're not the first, you're not the last, but this could get a tad bit more complicated though, honestly. Because this is the boss's boss is looking at a situation, and some of you HR's boss is looking at a situation. So I don't know if you're HR or those of you, whatever complicated mistake somebody made. 3 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, the Tower, King of Swords, the Hangman. Ooh. Those of you in a relationship or partnership and that partner wants to come around and kind of make amends with you, they're kind of shady as fuck. They're kind of shady as fuck. So I'd avoid any... I don't feel like this is new options or new opportunities. This is the one that made the promises before. Ooh. Very heated conversations when it comes to a work situation. Because the boss's boss and HR's boss is looking in on something. And then that could be... I speak Jesus. That could be HR's looking into the Hierophant and the Emperor vibe. I feel like there's an HR person that's kind of shit out of luck on this. Because I feel like it's the... yeah, it's the HR's boss. And then HR's boss is looking at the Hierophant and the Emperor. Ooh, somebody done fucked up something. The Empress, Libra, Leo, King of Cups, 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups, there to the Knight of Pentacles. You're already with the King and Queen of Cups. That's already not a kind of a happy-go-lucky relationship or partnership right there. And Aries, Libra, and Leo. Three or more. And there's a Knight of Pentacles. Why are you getting that Voices Carry song? That's interesting. That's interesting. But that could be the argumentative vibe with that Tower vibe there. Lord have mercy. HR's boss, the boss, and your boss's boss in a conversation. I've been telling you, temp work. Actually make sure that's the option or the opportunity that you really want. Whoever started that passionate vibe, I mean, it's just the passion isn't there. And if someone has at least 3 exes in the workplace and you get into that, or it's not a player vibe. If they've got 3 exes in the workplace, you know all you need to know on that one. But maybe that's going to be what makes the difference here. HR's boss is watching HR. And then HR's boss is watching the Hierophant and the Emperor. The Empress, Libra, and Leo are kind of... That's a weird-ass vibe that isn't going anywhere. There's no rainbow vibes on this. There's no rainbow vibes on this. Something was meant to be a friendship and not a romantic relationship or partnership. Some of you, I feel like you lucked out because you were LGBTQIA+, so you weren't even tempted because that wasn't even what the fuck you were interested in. So, you know what I mean? You're like the one that's like, hey, fuck that. That's not even what the hell you're interested in. Emphasis on the Empress vibes on that. Ooh, look at you, Aquarius. Something with Sagittarius in your astrology. So do what's your favorite astrologer. There's a lot going on astrologically, so brush up on the current astrology. All about avoiding the temptation. This is when the Sagittarius energy works on behalf for you. As in you're embodying the Sagittarius energy. Because look at your song. You're giving this, but it's showing up as Beyonce's halo. That's odd. That's odd. Oh my goodness, someone should do a mix-up of those two. How the hell do you pull Beyonce and Alicia Keys? So think of that song, but with Halo. Sweet Jesus. Damn, Aquarius. I like this. I feel like it's complicated. Those of you in a relationship or partnership, shit's about to get far more complicated than maybe you thought it would. Especially if it's a work situation. It's pulling romantic, but it doesn't need to be. But I feel like it's more of a romantic vibe. Those of you Aquariuses who are happily single, you've just been avoiding being tempted. This could be where that promotion or that opportunity comes in for you. Because I feel like the dream job, the perfect opportunity opens up for you because you're just going to be the right one there. Because you weren't tempted. Someone kept trying to tempt you into something. I mean, so the Sagittarius could be an HR person, but it's kind of like, oh, have you thought about this position? Or those of you that do temp work, this is like, oh, we got this opening for you. Maybe you would like to try this. Oh, sweet Jesus. Do watch your favorite astrologer, though, because I feel like a lot of this is the astrology with you. Whatever the fuck Sagittarius has been doing in the background with you. But it's kind of a focus on you and inspiring you. Why does Cancer show up? Why did Cancer show up? I feel like the Cancer energy is of significance for you. But the Cancer energy is kind of showing up as, I like the Cancer in this deck. This gives, like Shakespeare vibes. Some of you should have been getting that degree with the Ace of Wands. I feel like you should have been focused on something that had everything to do with you. Ooh. Look, Aries, Libra, and Leo with you. Ooh. I feel like there's a lot of heated discussions. Lake Midnight, you're not stuck here. Blockages, stagnant energy, and self-pity. Yeah, you had to go inward first. So maybe some self-help books. Maybe you talked it out, worked it out, figured it out. I mean, that gives Shakespeare vibes, but that could be, well, for some of you, Freud. Those of you understanding. Oh, sweet Jesus, Aquarius. Oh, look, I love this. This is really interesting, though. Because you're getting the music to Halo, the Beyonce song, but it's the Alicia Keys verses, which is interesting. See, I'm trying to figure out how to fucking do it, but this is wanting to be the dominant one, but it's wanting to be sung over top of the music to Halo. I don't know. Maybe you got Alicia Keys and Beyonce on repeat. I don't know, but I like that for you. That's odd. That's really odd. That's really odd. And remember, Pisces came out sideways for you as well. So, interesting. Those of you that just broke up with somebody and they want to come back around, you need to pay attention to that, especially if there's a work situation here. Because HR's boss is watching HR, but the HR's boss is also paying attention to this Hierophant, the Taurus and the Aries vibe on this. So, sweet Jesus. Ooh, Aquarius. Good luck, God bless, take what's yours, leave what the fuck isn't. The less complicated things are for you, the better the outcome. Some of you, there could definitely be a work situation where, damn. Some of you in a big enough company, HR's boss is coming in and checking on HR. But HR's boss is also checking in on the Hierophant there and the Emperor. Those of you that work for companies where HR isn't a part of the company, or, you know, if it's a bigger company, you got the local HR, and then you got, like, the company HR. Because there's a hierarchy in the HR department. HR department are those of you in a temp agency, like a temp type of a job. It's like that type of energy with you. There's something that was meant to be temporary the whole fucking time. So, boy, peace, love, and light. Look, if you're LGBTQIA+, I feel like you missed out on this because you weren't even interested in whatever the hell someone was trying to tempt you with. Does that make sense? So it wasn't like the interpersonal vibes, and it wasn't like you were like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. So, a little positive for you if you're LGBTQIA+, you avoided the temptation altogether. Someone here, if someone had 3 exes in the workplace and they start dating them, I don't think you can call them a player. Because if you know they have 3 exes in the workplace and you date them, you know they have 3 exes in the workplace. I mean, they don't really have to tell you much. But do pay attention to that. Because I feel like that's what HR is paying attention to when it comes to the Taurus there and the Emperor vibe. The Hierophant and the Emperor. That 3 energy could be this Empress, Leo, and Libra vibe. Because I don't know what the fuck they're doing here. That could be a transiting vibe. Where are they? Yeah. That King, Queen of Cups. That's what makes the difference here. So, do watch your favorite astrologer if you haven't paid attention to the astrology of this, because I feel like a lot of this is astrology, if it's not particular people. Those of you in a temporary situation, expect things to get better. It's almost like your dream job or the dream opportunity shows up. After you've kind of turned down a few okay offers or opportunities, because I feel like you have been presented with a couple mediocre opportunities. And some of you, definitely some workplace drama going on. But some of you, that brings about like a promotion. I don't know. HR's boss is looking at HR. And then HR's boss will be looking at the Hierophant there and the Emperor vibe as well. So, boy, peace, love, and light.